Talk Church. Let's Talk Church Live, an interactive, energetic, exciting program talking about the issues that churches face, the issues that we face as Christians. Young, old, middle age, it doesn't matter what demographic or status. Let's Talk Church Live, every Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Let's Talk Church Live with your host, Bishop WANEL. There will be invited guests on occasions as we talk church live. We will discuss real issues that we face in the church, real issues that either cause you to love or hate the church. Let's Talk Church Live, every Tuesday and Thursday evening from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Let's Talk Church Live.
So, good evening, wonderful people. Welcome to MPM Gospel Live Radio. You are tuned in on MPM Gospel Live Radio, and we say thank you for tuning in. I want to say a very special thank you to my Facebook fans who will be joining me very soon, I hope. And also, I want to say a very hearty thank you to also our YouTube fans who, of course, will be joining in also. We want to say a wonderful, blessed Thursday evening. Today, ladies and gentlemen, of course, you know, it's the 23rd day of the 9th month, which is September. We are talking about 12 minutes past the hour, make it 13 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock on the PM side right here at HQ Ocherios on MPM Gospel Live Radio. This is your show, the long-awaited show. Yes, indeed, it is. Let's Talk Church.
Let's Talk Church. Let's Talk Church Live, an interactive, energetic, exciting program talking about the issues that churches face, the issues that we face as Christians. Young, old, middle age, it doesn't matter what demographic or status. Let's Talk Church Live, every Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Let's Talk Church Live with your host, Bishop WANEL. There will be invited guests on occasions as we talk church live. We will discuss real issues that we face in the church, real issues that either cause you to love or hate the church. Let's Talk Church Live, every Tuesday and Thursday evening from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Let's Talk Church Live.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as we talk church, there are a lot of issues that are affecting our churches and church folks these days. And you will agree with me, ladies and gentlemen, my wonderful listeners, that there are loads, whole heap of issues that are affecting the church. As a matter of fact, right here in Jamaica, beautiful Jamaica, you know what's the headline news today all about? Church. Yes, the church has hit the headlines in Jamaica because, of course, the church is perturbed, upset, feeling betrayed that the government, feel betrayed by the government, that the government has named one no movement day or one lockdown day, and that one day happens to be Sunday. Oh, Lord, help us. And of course, we believe in the power of prayer, and we believe that prayer can move mountains. As a matter of fact, Wednesday I was in fasting, and I told the folks in fasting that the only thing I'm going to be praying about today is that the God move the hand of the government. Amen. And within 24 hours, we heard a headline news and a letter from the desk of the government to the church, you know, reversing some aspects, you know, of the numbers in church. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, you'll agree with me that when you go to certain supermarkets in Jamaica, there are hundreds of people crowding up, no social distance or social order, or very little COVID protocol being applied or exercised. And yet, for the church, so the supermarkets can have hundreds, the supermarket can have dozens, but the church 20. And of course, you will agree that there's not even much. There are only 2 recorded cases of COVID breaking out in any church. And that was just at the beginning of the COVID pandemic in Jamaica. And from that, the church is one of the most disciplined group, my friends. The church is one of the most disciplined groups that as it relates to observing of the COVID protocol. And yet our government is saying, man, we're going to close down the church. Now, how can you close down the church? How can the government want to close down the church? I can tell you, my friend, as a pastor, I wasn't happy. And still there are certain clauses of the decisions that have been made even now that I am not personally happy about. Now, in Jamaica, if you know Jamaica very well, you'll realize, ladies and gentlemen, that Jamaica on a Sunday, it's the slowest day of the week in terms of movement of people, transportation. People take Sunday to either worship or rest or clean their house or cut their yard or do something family. So when it comes to crowd in the open space, supermarkets are closed, most of them. You know, the markets are closed, most of them. And as a matter of fact, there's a ban on parties and beaches and so forth. So therefore, why do you need to say no movement day for Sunday? It doesn't make a sense. I just believe that the people who are advising the government need to wake up and need to fear God. I want to start this even by saying, ladies and gentlemen, that the church has a serious, very important role to play in society. The church has a very important role to play in society. The church's responsibility in society is the spiritual welfare of our country. Number one. The church's responsibility is spiritual. We are the spiritual watchdog of our nation. Now you need to realize, people, that when a person commits an act of murder, it's demonic. It's spiritual. It's a demon move or work through that person. When a person steals, when a person commit any form of sin, it's a demonic act. It's a spiritual act. Can the government fix that? No. It is the church's prerogative to monitor the spiritual atmosphere of our nation, of our country. And if, Mr. Government, if you shut down the church and limit the church, then the country that you are trying to govern is in danger. It's open to evil forces, evil spirit. Yes, some of you are saying that we can do that at home, but the church is like an army. It's the army of God. And every army meets at the base every now and then to strategize, you know, and put plans in place, plans to attack, plans to face the enemy. Now, if you shut down the base, come on, it means that you are weakening the army. You are weakening the communication of the army. You are weakening the power and the abilities of the army to put in place plans to reach out. Now, come on now. I'm saying to you, my people, that we are really, really pleased for the first move. And I call it the first move of the government today. I'm pleased that he chooses and he make that wise decision. You know, because really and truly, there are lots of pastors. There are lots of pastors. As a matter of fact, it was on one of our major news in Jamaica. 2 nights ago, 2 of our prominent pastors were speaking out and sharing the points that I'm sharing with you this evening. How betrayed how betrayed we felt, by our government. There are many churches that are using their church hall as vaccination sites, and there are lots of other pastors who are using the pulpit to promote, or not just to promote, but to encourage people to take the vaccine. Now, I want to say to you, ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, that taking a vaccine is your prerogative. It is your right. And I'm not going to be in any agreement with any mandate for people by law to take the vaccine. I'm not supporting it, even though it is coming, But I'm saying to you that it is your rights. So I'm not saying that you should go and take it. And I'm not saying that you should not take it. Taking the vaccine is my personal decision. Taking the vaccine is your personal decision. Okay? I must tell you that I have taken the vaccine, but at the end of the day, for you to take it, I am not going to tell you or order you as a member of my church to do it. You must decide whether or not you want to take the vaccine. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, we are heading towards, I've said this on Tuesday night, and I want to say it again, and I will continue to say it for a while, because this doesn't need any divine intervention. It doesn't need no prophetic word. Amen. It is coming very soon, as we talk church tonight. It is coming very soon that, like many of the countries so far, there are laws that says that persons who are entering any crowded area, for example, a football game, a cricket game, a theater, and that churches are also categorized as crowded, even though they don't put church. But we know that church is included once it is a crowded area. Especially in England, they are saying there in the law that you cannot enter those places unless you are fully vaccinated. Can I tell you, whether you want to believe it, whether you want to accept it or not, it is coming to Jamaica. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, that is my opening statement. And I sound a little loud with my opening statement, you might say. But I must tell you that this is Let's Talk Church on MPM Gospel Live Radio. And of course, we are streaming to all the nations of the world. And we are also streaming on Facebook, and we are streaming on YouTube. This very important topic, Let's Talk Church. There are so many things about church that we have to talk about. And I grew up in the church. I wear nappy in the church. And the amount of things I did in church as a child. I grew up in the church, and I must tell you, that I have seen so many things happen in the church. I've seen church bless people. I've seen miracles. I've seen deliverance. I've seen demon possessed being relieved of demons. I've seen I've seen fights in church. I've seen deacon and pastor and members about to knock fists. I've seen people quarreling over money. I've seen people quarreling over positions. I've seen so many things happening in our churches. So many things. And this program is to talk about those things. To see how we can make your life better. There are some people who are stuck in certain areas in the church. They can't grow. They are hurt by the church. There are people carrying a lot of resentment for the church today. And some people who are grown up in church, you can't tell them about church today because They are hurt by the church. They feel betrayed. They were lied upon by church people and church members. Yes, people are hurt by church. So that is why we come with this program to see how we can help people. As a matter of fact, this program is an open program, so you can always call in, on MPM Gospel Live Radio. So the number to call for this particular program it's a WhatsApp call. So let me just make it clear to you. It's a WhatsApp call. And the number to call via WhatsApp is 1-877-276-9604. So I want you to call and tell us your experience with church. Tell us your experience. Tell us how you feel about, for the next few weeks, I'll be, of course, the COVID and the lockdown and the COVID and how the COVID affect the church is going to be our major subject. But as the days and months and weeks and years go by, we are going to be having special guests, special people who are specially invited in, to share their testimonies and to share how the church has helped them up or helped them down, to share how the church has blessed them, to share how they have been delivered by God in church or through the church, and all those kind of things. And of course, there are persons who are also hurting by church. I know a lot of people who are hurting by church. And I know a lot of people who are burnout. Burnout is a very serious thing in our churches, ladies and gentlemen. So there are so many things to talk about. But tonight we are zooming in on COVID and the church and how COVID is affecting the church in any way. And I can imagine there are lots of churches that are shut down in America, lots of churches that are shut down in Africa, in Europe, in Jamaica. They can't pay the rent for the building. They can't, oh Lord. So many things. A lot of young ministries have been affected also by this COVID thing. A lot of large churches. Just imagine your church is over 200 members, 2,000 members, 3,000 members, and now you're here and only 20 people must come to church. At one stage it was what? 10 persons in church at one stage. And now we are here, and at least now today it has moved from 20 to 50. And I must tell you that I'm still not satisfied with 50, but we have to bite it little by little. You understand? We have to bite it little by little. I believe that we should, rather than saying the number 50, we should think about 50%, because I can tell you that there's order in the church comparing to the supermarket and the market and the JUTC buses and taxis and all of those places where people are in each other's face. And no social distances has been observed. Church is the only place I've been so far and seeing people observing social distance. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I said before, you can call in. Don't wait until it's too late, because we want you to call in tonight and tell us, share your story. How does the COVID affect you? Or whatever story you want to share. Or if some of you probably don't even have a story to share right now, but you want to call and say hi to somebody on MPM Gospel Live Radio, your friend, your family, your neighbor. You want to say a happy birthday. Well, we do everything here. This is church. Amen. We are bringing the church to you on MPM Gospel Live Radio. So, my friends, my wonderful listeners, let's take a commercial break, because this is radio, so we have to take care of that aspect of things also as we continue to talk church.
Let's talk church. Let's Talk Church Live, an interactive, energetic, exciting program talking about the issues that churches face, the issues that we face as Christians. Young, old, middle-age, it doesn't matter what demographic or status. Let's Talk Church Live, every Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Let's Talk Church Live with your host, Bishop WANEL. There will be invited guests on occasions as we talk church live. We will discuss real issues that we face in the church. Real issues that either cause you to love or hate the church. Let's Talk Church Live, every Tuesday and Thursday evening from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Let's Talk Church Live.
So, you are an eBay and Amazon fan, but you don't know how to ship your things